If you're an introvert trying to start a YouTube channel, I already know you're wondering, what's your first video going to be about? Possibly you've got an abandoned Google Doc that's titled Video Ideas that you started a week ago and it's still empty. Here's the truth. You don't need the perfect idea. You need a list of ideas. Messy, possibly cringy, weird little list of ideas that you could make 10 videos about. Today's video is exactly that, how to make a list of your first 10 video ideas, even if you have imposter syndrome and a tendency to spiral. Make a list of 10 video ideas, even if they're bad. When you're starting out, your ideas don't have to be brilliant. They just have to be finishable. The point of this list is not to guarantee views. It's to give your brain some momentum and start the habit of finding new ideas. Because when you sit down to record and your only thought is, I have no idea what I'm gonna say, that's when procrastination will knock you out with an uppercut to the chin. So we're gonna learn how to dodge that punch. Let's make that list. When I first started this channel, I had a spreadsheet. I had a list of about 20 ideas without really any pressure to make them all. I just needed a starting point. So here's a few of mine from 9 months ago. Reviews of books on introverts and creativity, reactions to artists in genres I'd never heard before, how to make thumbnails, interviewing my friends who work in creative fields or careers, ranting about bad branding like the new Jaguar logo, ranting about bad art like that banana duct taped to the wall. All of these ideas are still on my list. So some of them I'll never make, some of them I've already created, and some I might do eventually, but with a different spin or approach. So the important part is to keep that list and keep adding to it. So that first messy list of mine at least gave me a direction. So now I had some focus for all of my energy. Plus, it was also proof that my individual video ideas were still aligned with my chosen channel topic of art, design, and creativity, and that is essential. So now it's time to pick a style. Decide if your first video will be a reaction, a tutorial, a slideshow of your art, a rant, commentary, review, opinion, a watch me try something and fail style vlog, a travel or food vlog, a scripted drama, comedy, or horror video, or maybe an interview. What I knew is that my first several videos had to be extremely fast and easy to make. And that's why I picked reactions, because what are they? They're just opinions. They're super simple. There's almost no editing, and I always have an opinion. So knowing your structure will help discover the topics. Now let's go a little bit deeper. So use these questions to brainstorm for video ideas. What's a problem you've solved recently? What's something you strongly agree or disagree with? What's something you wish existed? What's something you could explain to your past self? What's something you complain about in your group chat? What's something people always ask you to help them with? What's something you've never tried but would like to? Take one of those formats and apply it to those brainstorm ideas. So for example, a rant about bad UX design, I could react to a music genre I hate, or interview a person that you disagree with on some topic. So here's the bonus tip. Previously, we checked to make sure your channel topic was in demand, that people were actually looking for those types of videos on YouTube. Now we're gonna do the same thing for your video ideas. So once you've got a messy list of 10 ideas, go to YouTube, type your video idea, not your channel topic, into the search bar and see what shows up. Again, if nothing shows up, it might be a red flag. But if you do see lots of videos with thousands of views or more, that's proof there's already people interested in that type of video. You don't need a fancy paid subscription to help you do this when you start. Just use YouTube's autocomplete, scroll through the results. Are people making videos like this idea I have? And are people already making videos similar to this video idea that I want to make? How many people are watching those videos? Then go one step deeper and look at the video titles, the thumbnails, or the formats of those videos and try to figure out which ones are performing well. The goal is not to copy. The goal is to confirm that your idea already has viewers waiting for you on YouTube. Eventually, you'll have some video ideas that you just really want to make, but they may not have a ton of views on YouTube, but that's okay. Keep them on your list. But here's what I recommend when you're beginning is to prioritize the video ideas that combine your passion and an existing demand for people wanting to see those videos. That way you'll at least get, hopefully, some views immediately, and that will motivate you to do more. Don't worry about the views just yet. Yes, I remember what I literally just said a minute ago, but early videos really are for learning, not the numbers. So if nobody watches, but you learned how to edit, publish, and got a couple videos made and didn't even cry, that's a huge win. That is the success. But the reason we did that validation in the first place is just because you never know. Lightning might strike. Maybe your first video actually goes viral. It could happen, but going viral is never a guarantee. But at least there's an opportunity for it to happen if you already know there's an existing audience waiting for that type of video. Keep the list visible and refer to it often. Put that list on your desktop, a whiteboard, tattoo it on your forehead, so when your motivation drops, and it will at some point, you'll have that list. And remember that you don't need to start over every time with a new idea. So keep going back to it. Make a habit once a week, twice a week, refine it, add to it, cross things off the list that don't fit with where you're headed now. Keep that thing updated. At some point, you're gonna come up with an idea for a video and you'll immediately say, I have to make this video. That's exactly what you want, and you need to start right away. I don't mean press record right away. I mean start planning. Write all your thoughts for that video. What do you want to say? What do you want it to accomplish? List the things you might need to complete that video. This series of videos, this Introverts on YouTube, struck me like a bolt of lightning. So when the idea popped into my head, I knew I had to start it. I've been working on this and nothing else for 5 days straight. This is the third time I've recorded this whole series. I knew if I stopped for just a moment to think, my imposter syndrome would take over and I just wouldn't even make the videos. So for me, I have to get started and create momentum so I actually complete the thing. So here's what I wish I knew before I started. Most creators don't quit because they hate it. They quit because they don't know what to do next. And that's what I've seen in the countless tutorials on building a YouTube channel that I've watched. If you have a video idea that you're really excited about to make, and you took that step of confirming that people are already watching that type of content on YouTube, that's the formula to make YouTube gold. Remember, you're not planning a brand here, you're just stockpiling a content survival kit. And trust me, your future self is gonna thank you for doing this now and consistently updating your list of passion-fueled, in-demand video ideas. So here's your homework again. Make a list of at least 10 video ideas that you think you might be able to create in this next month. I don't mean create all 10, I just mean create a couple of them. Just write them down. Make sure those ideas are already being watched on YouTube. When you've got your list, now you need a channel name. So coming up next is how to choose a channel name that you won't cringe at in 6 weeks.